Next time I have to put in their sleeping bags. Absolutely. I hate people like that. I hate people.
Not so much.
Just let us know.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilmember Leon.
Here.
Councilmember Carr.
Here.
Councilmember Enrico.
Here.
Councilmember Wells.
Here.
Mayor O'Neill.
Here.
Okay, under any other business, there's a presentation by the Joint Insurance Fund.
Evening, Mayor, Council.
How are you?
Good. Long time no see.
Yeah.
Tonight, I'd like to present to you on behalf of the Monmouth County Joint Insurance Fund, which Highlands is obviously a good member. And the fund, by the way, is owned by its membership, as you know. And this award this year, Joe Marachi has worked very closely with your administrator and your staff, Public Works and Police and so forth. In regard to safety, the town has been awarded the most improved for implementing these safety policies and so forth. Now, the moral of the story is it's your money. And everything you save, if let's say 80 cents on the dollar goes for losses, then obviously that comes back in the form of dividends. Right now, I think our surplus is about 6.2 million. We gave out $1.1 million, I think, this past fall for 2017. So this safety translates into dollars and cents for the taxpayers and so forth. So on behalf of the fund, congratulations. Please keep up the good work. As I said, it's your fund and it's your money. So when you don't spend it, you get it back.
Okay.
So,
would you just explain a little
yes,
bit to
sure.
the people here?
Joint Insurance Fund in Monmouth was formed in 1988, January 1st, 1988. Unlike larger entities will be able to buy their coverage on a self-insured basis and then buy reinsurance on top, and that's exactly what the JIF does. The JIF is a public entity, by the way, and it's formed under the same the same statute that municipal corporations are formed under. So in 1988, we started with 17 towns, and what happens is you fund the lower levels. Actuary tells you how much to put away for your general liability, your police professional, workers' compensation, automobile, and so forth and so on. And what happens is that money, as I said, is belongs to the town. If the town, for instance, if Highlands is 8% of the fund, then they own 8% of that share and so forth. So what's happened is over the years, it's been very successful. I forget, I don't know, it was like 66 billion or some such thing in the MEL, well, it's been over $1 billion in the MEL system. There's 2/3 of the towns in this state participate in joint insurance funds. And I know they've given back about $1 billion over the course of time that they've saved for the towns. It's just a more efficient way to buy, that's all. They don't go to a retail broker and say, sell me general liability, sell me business auto, sell me property coverage and so forth. They self-insure, they write your own policy form, and we get reinsurers to agree to our policy forms, and that's the beauty of it. It includes employment practices, public official coverage, and environmental coverage also. The only thing that you'll see outside of the fund usually is flood, which is a federal program, although there are some private programs coming into the fore, and perhaps some accident policy and things of that nature. But most of the liability and property coverage you'll find is in insurance funds in New Jersey. So it's been around. The MEL started in 1986. That's the excess fund. And Monmouth, as I said, started in 88. And financially solid. We got plenty of money. We're doing great. The environmental fund has about 20 million surplus. I think the MEL has about 10 or 12. That's the excess fund. So, and they give it back in the form of dividends as time goes on. In fact, I was in a health insurance fund meeting today. They have $20 million in surplus, which is way more than you would ever expect. But again, very efficient way to buy coverage. It's a public entity that other public entities like this town join. So again, when you don't have losses, when you practice safety and so forth and avoid all those losses, that's the benefit of the program. And again, we want to honor Highlands tonight for being most improved again this past year. And thank you to your administrator and your public works and your police. Really turned this around in 1 year. So I'm very pleased to be able to present this to you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I can't take any credit for it this year.
I know. Well, I remember when you were sitting here previous. Sure. Thank you. In my position as the risk manager for the town, Joe Marachi from J.A. Montgomery works very closely with the staff and so forth, and he's the one that's in your town, writes the reports and so forth. But Joe had a conflict tonight, so he asked me to stop by. Always happy to see the council. I see the administrators and the clerks, but I never see you guys. So any other concerns or questions while we're here? Okay. Thank you so much. Need the case, Brian?
No.
Okay, thank you again. All right, and by the way, last time I was here, I see Stonehenge is gone. We did a safety program in here, Chief, when you were there that day. And I was asking about the, what was going to happen. He said, oh, it's up in the air. Well, I guess we know now, right? Okay, thank you again.
I'd like to open up the public portion.
Yeah, no, that's, yeah, right? Yeah, we adopted where anybody questions on the agenda items. On consent.
Anyone with questions on the consent agenda? Right? Yes.
Kim Scorpio, Shore Drive. My questions are on the payment of bills. On page 2 of the report, I just wanted to bring to, I guess, Pat's attention, PCM sales, there's 6 items underneath, there's no description as to what the invoices are for. And then on page 5 for Staples, $250 for a Vizio D-Series, which quick search shows that's a TV. What was that for?
The fire department purchased it.
Okay.
I believe they use it for training.
Okay. They have a beautiful room with a giant screen. I don't understand why the TV was necessary. They have,
I can't speak for the fire department.
during the
It's
mass,
the one located in the chief's office where they have briefings and Weather Channel outdoor events, things like that. It replaced an existing one that
okay.
went bad.
Why is this not something that can come out of their 6-figure bank account? Why do we have to pay for it? And as I said, they've got a communications room. I was in it during the master plan meetings. There's telecommunications, there's cable, there's video capabilities. I just don't understand why we can't utilize what's already there.
I can't answer you, Kim.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay,
Can't answer you.
that's it.
I don't even have the list of bills.
Okay. That's all I have, thank you.
Anything else? Chris?
Chris Francie, 36 Fifth Street. I couldn't tell from the agenda online, there really wasn't much there, but I'm hopeful that these window contracts you'll go into detail, specifically the Valley Street project extension. Is that part of the window contracts? If it's not, could we explain where that is going?
Yeah, I can explain
Yeah,
this
Pat,
resolution,
explain that anyway.
okay?
I'm
but
sorry?
I just wanna explain the window thing.
Sure, okay, and it's really just the terminology on the resolution. From time to time, the purchasing agent does go through and review the cumulative purchases. And whenever a cumulative purchase goes between 17.5, which is the pay-to-play law, and 39,999, in that window there, the town is required to do a resolution making sure that the contractors that we had used last year are within the pay-to-play laws, which is no contributions, that kind of stuff. So this resolution brings us into compliance with that rule. It's not authorizing us to buy or contract anything new. It's just something to put us into compliance with the purchasing laws.
It's procedural in nature, it's procedural.
I'm sorry?
This is procedural in nature,
I
and we
understand.
spoke to the QPA, and the work was all performed and paid for and approved already, correct?
Yeah.
Then I would ask, as we go through the night, that somebody could update us on the Valley Street. There was the emergency contract to do the whole, but then there was a pretty solid commitment that we were moving on down the road towards the collapsing drain at Fourth and Valley, and I'm hopeful to hear some news that we're moving.
That has to go out to bid as far as I'm concerned. I'm not gonna go on an emergency project, is that what you're asking?
Well, it was, and I thought we were gonna continue with.
Not on emergency, you can't do it like that. That has to go out to bid. You know, Chris, there's so many open bonds on the whole downtown drainage program. I don't have a handle on it just yet. I'll sit with Mr. Palacio and go over what each one of them is for, and maybe we can combine them into the job. I don't know. He knows well as I do, they've been here for a long time.
Okay, I kind of was under the impression that we had gotten attractive pricing that would allow us to move ahead with the project.
From what I understand, and it was there before it happened to me, it went on an emergency because the table didn't consider it attractive enough, the quotes. Am I right on that? Didn't you get bids on doing the Valley Street job?
We did it as an emergency. We did solicit quotes from several contractors to try and keep it competitive. We only had one contractor.
No, but I mean, was the job put out to bid to do the whole,
All the way to Short Drive.
all the way to Shore Drive?
What
It was
happened?
put out to bid.
Right.
What happened?
What Christie's freezing of the DOT funding put a halt on
That was
everything.
never put out to bid yet.
We were gonna put it out to bid, but because he made that decision, the play games froze everything. And meanwhile, the hole opened up, as you know, at Valley Street. So we, under emergency bidding, emergency procedures, Brian, we moved forward on it. Now, where we stand is again,
Now we can go out.
now we can go out to bid and explore those options.
Now it
We
has to
didn't
go out
want,
to
we
bid.
didn't want to go out to bid before because we didn't know how long Christie was gonna keep the dollars and cents out of everyone's hands, and bids only last for 30 to 25 days depending on, so we didn't put out to bid, just that we would have to put it in another bid because that bid would have expired.
A lot of the contractors were not even entertaining offering bids because they were like, it's been frozen.
Is it a priority?
But we have the money bonded to fix this, whether the county, whether the state gives us the money or not. We posted bonds against this job. It's been there for months, it's been there for years, actually. So, that's what happens, the job has to go out to bid. Put it out to bid, we have to get back, pick a successful bidder, and do the job. Can't piecemeal an emergency because somebody's not giving you money. I myself think it was a circumvention of the bidding rules myself, but
And that's not true.
well, that's how I feel about it, Mark. So what has to happen, it has to go out to bid.
Is it a priority in everybody's mind?
Yes,
I don't think so.
absolutely. If it was,
Okay.
it should have been done, it should have been ongoing as we speak. We had a fair bidding practices that we have QPA on board.
The
Make sure it's
specs are-
done by the book.
The specs
Everything's
are
done by the book.
done
For the pipe, yes, not for the road, but they can be, I can work with
For the-
Mr. Gady.
for the pipe.
The problem is also too, is the engineering specs that TNF put down on the table are the platinum level type engineering, and we can't, quite honestly, the money bonded does not do the whole project. For the bids that we come back to.
There's money to do
I
that.
mean, that was another subject. Are we redoing the plans to reduce it from a 80-inch pipe to the 36-inch pipe? Are we,
That's
have
to
you
be,
been committed to do that yet?
that's to be determined. I haven't.
No, you haven't been committed to do that.
No, we haven't. We, like Rick said, we have to determine
Okay,
what we're doing on that. But it is a priority.
all right, thank you.
But this table put out a bid, they put out specs. That was it, now all of a sudden it doesn't work, I don't understand what the process is. You know, Mr. Card says it's, you know, it's not
All
right.
right,
It's the
at this
platinum.
point,
He
well,
doesn't
let's
know that,
clarify
because
something.
he's
It went
qualified
out
to know
The
that.
pipe failed, the pump was not working, and everybody's complaining. The whole sinkhole developed. We put it out to bid, because based on the specs that engineer, that the T&M put together. Companies walked away from it. They looked at it and go, we ain't touching it. Because it's the magnitude of what T&M engineered can get it done. So we shopped it around legally through our QPA, and quite honestly, several contractors, and one contractor was able to commit to doing it. You experienced what he did down there. Now, we have a safe working pump station. The problem is the street and the pipes going from that box up are all failed. They've
Is
been
the pump-
historically failed.
Working in automatic now?
Yeah, I'm gonna get public services back in there. There's some work to be done on it.
So that's enough.
But the pump works. It's automated on.
Oh, I understand the pump works, and then it's not working.
Right, no, yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Basically, that's what needs to be done, the job has to be put out to bid. But now, I think, there was a change in scope, the pipe, the pump isn't as big as the pipe that was spec'd out, right?
Correct. I mean, the pipe going.
So does that
But
change
the box, the
the
chamber.
the specs that
Yeah,
you
he's
put
got
out?
to change the engineering.
It would be it'd be a modification if you want to continue with the big pipe. But if the flavor is not to add the additional drainage into that line now, then that pipe may be okay. You know,
Yes, because the chamber box that was put there by Tribor contractor negates the smaller size, because there's a sediment trap there before it goes in, is now effectively keeping dirt and debris from going inside the pump station housing, which I don't think we had to do pumping services to clean it out. That's how dirty it was, or debris inside. This chamber will prevent that. So the T&M piping can theoretically go from that new chamber all the way up to Shore Drive, as it's spec'd as it stands. I have to beg the question, do we really
Who
need
spec'd that out? The
T&M?
chamber, you spec'd the chamber out?
No,
no, not the
Try
chamber. That's the
working.
chamber that's in the others. We'd have to tie into that chamber.
Tribo was ad hoc.
What?
It was, created on the spot, design building. But, the decision to shut the pump down was a smart one, Mr. Gagan, at this point, considering how much dirt was and debris was in there, we would have busted that shaft. So,
without question. There was a rock probably about the size of a good cooler that was wedged in there that was,
save us a little money.
So,
Try.
Say this on the front side might cost us more on the back side, but that's where we're at.
Okay, thank you.
And then can
Anyone
we-
else? Oh, go
Well,
ahead.
can we just, we had the meeting with Ryan on Friday, can we get a meeting with Dale to go through, because we have so much money bonded in flood mitigation, and get a plan that we can put in front of all five of us to say which ones go first, which ones go second. I mean, the money's out there, we're paying interest on it, we've been talking about flood mitigation plans for years, as Chris can attest to them. It's time to just move on them instead of piecemealing them, and, you know, making the investment back in this town, because the money's just bonded, it's there.
we can certainly do it. I mean, you know, I'll be with any of you, 5 of you, whatever. And we can certainly go over the projects and we'll call it in the hopper.
That'll be you, Mr. de Blasio, myself, Ms. King, if you're not,
I'd like to be
You're away.
included in that.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
if you're away, Mr. Gagan, then it'll be the four of us. Can't, three of us can't go there, either of us, right?
I've been involved in a lot of
Three
these
of us
flood.
can't go there.
Then I would ask Ms. Keane not to sit in on it, and she would brief here. I'm fully aware of some of the engineering specs and requirements for Valley Street pump station, a lot what's going
And you
on.
and I will discuss it, and I'll bring that to the table. That's how it's gonna be. Okay, anybody else for
For the
consent?
record, I disagree with that agreement.
I have a question on the bond issue that Councilwoman King brought up. We have a bond and we're paying interest on it, but we've never spent the money? Is
Absolutely.
that correct?
That can happen, yes.
we gotta get more efficient on this. We're pissing money away.
Absolutely.
And,
That's why I just asked to.
and you've been on the council for years. You gotta stop pissing the money away.
Well, I think that's why there's
I-
a change with me sitting in.
And
because
I find it very inefficient that Mr. Carr, who has a history with the DPW and the engineering and what's been going on in this town for years with the flood mitigation, the problem with the pipes and the pump stations, that you take him off DPW and you put Councilwoman Kane there, who really isn't up to speed on this. Aside from wanting to spend the money, I have yet to hear her explain anything about what's going on in town with our infrastructure. But I do have a question on resolution 17-035, if someone can explain what a contract for certified speedometer services is.
I can.
I figured you could.
Okay. We got a $10,000, well, we're getting funds, $10,000 from the Code Guide Enforcement Fund for the state. So really, the council's approving the purchase of that. $8,200 of that will coming out of, was out of last year's budget. It's already encumbered. It's for a speed sign for ongoing traffic issues.
So it won't do, like, it's not one of these, like radar ticket generators that you see on highways in some places or in school zones?
No, what it is,
It's just gonna warn you that
what
you're
it
going
is,
too
yeah,
fast.
what it is, it's part of, like I said, it's part of our efforts with the pedestrian safety. Well, not, well, it could do that too, but we got a separate one for pedestrians. Part of it is education. Captain Burton's gotten in such a state, we have some links we're gonna give out. The speed signs we already have through OEM, they're so big when you turn them, they take up a whole lane, so we keep them in the street. These are little tow behind ones, we can put them out every day. They have radar, it's solar, and that would be put up, we put it in different parts of town or where we need every day.
Thank you.
So it's a tow behind it.
Yeah,
Not like
it's like
that.
Atlantis.
Not the one that goes on the telephone pole, remember you
Nah.
used to have one of them?
Yeah, no, we still have one of those.
Okay.
It's a tow behind one.
Just don't use it.
Thank
Good. Anyone else on the consent agenda?
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
Can you tell me who was appointed to be the commissioner of the shade tree? It's number 17-034.
It's in the back.
The resolution is Christian Lee. It's Christian Lee.
Christian
Okay.
Lee, Chris Ramsey, and Marty Hughes.
Right, but the commissioner would be Christian Lee.
Okay.
Thank you.
He's getting the big bucks.
What about the
I thought they were all tree commissioners. All right, whatever. Anything else?
On consent, there's government by land use board member. Who's gonna take that?
Who's gonna take that?
I offered
You-
Doug to
you
stay on it.
nominated.
I second that.
Okay.
That's the only other one that's.
No, there's another one too. No, but for 28, who's the governing body member who's being?
That's the one I just questioned. And I believe Carolyn Claudette nominated me. Yeah, but there was another one?
31.
31.
Environmental Advisory Commissioner is one vote.
Did you have somebody from down
Yeah, I don't think
there?
anybody's
Yeah, I
filled
think
out
we should
that
just
one.
table this one until we can review more of the citizen forms to see consent.
So you're gonna pull 17031. Right?
Correct.
Okay.
I think the others all have names and people that sent in their forms.
Approve the minutes of November 2nd, 2016 meeting.
I'll offer them.
I'll second.
Councilmember Brian,
Yes.
Councilmember Clark,
Yes.
Councilmember Diarito,
Yes.
Councilmember Wells,
Yes.
and Mayor Lee.
Yes.
We have approval of minutes of January 1st reorganization meeting.
You know what, I think you should abstain from that one issue.
Okay, I'm
The mayor is going to abstain from the November 6th meeting as it wasn't part of the board at that time.
Duly noted.
Excuse me.
And a second.
I'll second it.
Councilmember Brian,
Yes.
Councilmember Clark,
Yes.
Councilmember Diarito,
Yes.
Councilmember Wells,
Yes.
And Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
The minutes have been approved.
There you go.
The consent agenda items to be considered is Resolution 17028, appointing members to the governing body to the Land Use Board, which would be Councilmember Carr. Resolution 17-031 has been tabled. Resolution 17-033, appointing additional members to the Green Team. The inclusive list is Joe Mesita, Nancy Burton, Steve Zelecki, Jan Strahl, Ken Braswell, Carla Braswell, Rosemary Ryan, Brian Gagan, Carolyn Brion, Rick O'Neill, Linda Ziemba, and Scott Keller. Resolution 17034 is appointing Shade Tree Commissioner for the Shade Tree Commission, which is an advisory position. And again, that is Christian Lee as the Shade Tree Commissioner for the calendar year 2017. Resolution 17-035 is a resolution authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract for certified speedometer services for a speed sign purchased by the police department. Resolution 17-036 is authorizing a refund of tax overpayments for Block 86-3 for 2017 in the amount of $1,690.64, and Block 8 for the year 2017 in the amount of $1,690.64. Resolution 17-037 is a resolution authorizing window contracts as was previously explained. And Resolution 17-038 is authorizing additional compensation to T&M Associates for contracted work related to the master plan and tank disposal in Streetscape Phase 2 for the amount of $5,200. And Resolution 17-039 is a resolution authorizing payment of bills for the total of $865,043.79. A motion to move the consent agenda.
So moved.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Briard,
Yes.
Councilmember Carr,
Yes.
Councilmember Dirigo,
Yes.
Councilmember Wells,
Yes.
and Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
And the consent agenda items have been approved. Next on the agenda is Resolution 17-040, introducing the Highlands Business Improvement District budget for the year 2017 and setting a public hearing date wherein the aforesaid budget will be considered for final adoption. The budget hearing will be on February 15th, 2017, and their total requested budget is
$70,000. And the first now therefore be it resolved clause should be corrected to reflect the public hearing date of February 15th, because by statute you have to allow at least 28 days before the public hearing.
motion to approve Resolution 17-040.
So moved.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Brion,
Yes.
Councilmember Carr,
Yes.
Councilmember Dirigo,
Yes.
Councilmember Wells,
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
Resolution 040 has been approved. Next on the agenda is Resolution 17-041, which is a resolution appointing additional members to the Shade Tree Commission, which is an advisory position. The two members inclusive are Nancy Messina and Nancy Bellinotti. Motion to approve Resolution 041.
I'll offer it.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Brion,
Yes.
Councilmember Carr,
Yes.
Councilmember Dirigo,
Yes.
Councilmember Wells,
Yes.
and Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
Resolution 041 has been passed. Resolution 042 is a resolution appointing additional members to the Recreation Committee, which is an advisory committee. And that name would be Greg Wells.
I'll offer it.
Second.
I'll second, he was already on the existing committee last year, so I was gonna actually bring that up, because I know you had Carla's name listed, but she wasn't on.
Committees, if they're supposed to be, mayor's committees like these, are one calendar year.
Right. Yeah, but I thought we did that on the 1st of January.
No, but his name was left off.
Oh, was it? Okay.
That's why I was just doing
Okay.
some, housekeeping.
Okay, and I don't know if Carla is on it or not, because I saw through the email, but I know she,
She is by way of resolution 17032, with the second whereas clause that has all the other members listed, if you take a look.
right, but she never was one, and she
Ah.
she never filled out a citizen participation
Okay.
card. You did?
Not this year,
Last year, okay.
Carl.
Yeah, that was like, okay.
It must have was
So,
on, it was listed on this one,
okay,
because it was listed on this one.
all right, if you're good to go, that's great.
Motion and second.
So moved,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Claudia.
Yeah.
Roll
Councilmember Brian,
Did that seconded?
Councilmember Brian,
Yes.
Councilmember Carr,
Yes.
Councilmember D'Arigo,
Yes.
Councilmember Wells,
Yes,
and Mayor O'Neill. Resolution 042 has passed. Resolution 043 is a resolution appointing additional members to the Open Space Committee. Those two members will be Russell Card with a term to expire on December 31st, 2018, and Greg Wells with a term to expire on December 31st, 2019.
I'll offer it.
I'll second it. Roll call.
Councilmember Brian,
Yes.
Councilmember Carr,
Yes.
Councilmember D'Arigo,
Yes.
Councilmember Wells,
yes,
and Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
Next resolution is a resolution 17-044. It's a resolution appointing new public works superintendent, and the attorney will fill in the particulars.
The individual is being identified as Mark Philpott. So it's a resolution appointing Mark Philpott as Public Works Superintendent. I'll just finish the rest of this, the blanks, okay? The fourth whereas clause, the borough has determined that Mark Philpott is the most qualified candidate to serve in the vacant position. In the fifth whereas clause, which contains blank, whereas the borough is desirous of hiring Mark Philpott as Public Works Superintendent, and Mark Philpott expressed his interest in serving the borough and its residents in said role. The next whereas clause, the borough has reached an agreement with Mark Philpott concerning the terms and conditions of his employment, wherein the annual salary will equate to $75,000 to be paid in the same manner with which the borough pays all of its employees, and his start date is anticipated to be January 30th, 2016. 17, sorry. Now therefore be it resolved by the governing body of the Borough of Highlands that the borough officials are hereby authorized to enter into an employment agreement, otherwise referred to as the agreement, with Mark Philpott concerning the terms and conditions of his employment, and will confer with his bargaining unit insofar as the same may be necessary. Be it further resolved by the governing body of the Borough of Highlands that Mark Philpott is hereby appointed to serve as Public Works Superintendent effective January 30th, 2017, with an annual salary of $75,000 pursuant to the terms and conditions set forth in the aforesaid employment agreement. And be it further resolved that the mayor, borough administrator, and borough clerk are hereby authorized to execute the agreement governing the terms and conditions of Mark Philpott's employment as aforesaid.
I'll offer that.
Before I offer, I just wanted to say, we had Lou was our supervisor. He left us not because he was unhappy here or anything. He just took a bigger job in a bigger community. Sorely missed, but shows that if you have someone that's in charge, you get things done. I think last year showed that, and I think Mark can fill those shoes well. So I offer it.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Councilmember Brian,
Yes.
Councilmember Carr,
Yes.
Councilmember D'Arigo,
Yes.
Councilmember Wells,
Yes,
and Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
Resolution 044 has been approved. Next, there are some mayoral appointments to the Finance Committee, where Mayor O'Neill has appointed additionally council liaison, Councilmember Carolyn Brian. Finance Committee number 5 would be Melissa Peterson. Finance Committee member number 6 would be Joseph McFadden. And Finance Committee, member number 7 will be Chris Francis.
You have 1 to 2 openings that you have the ability to fill.
And those terms will expire on December 31st, 2017. Next on the agenda is
Are there any additional appointments at this time or no?
But we haven't discussed this. I think we should table it.
Okay.
There's a
We still
couple
have
of
1
people
to 2
that were
openings.
interested, a couple of residents that were interested. We had a little backlog with the, only 2 people sent in forms via just paper, and about 6 of them did it through the website, but the automatic email that goes to Shelley didn't go through, so we just got that link today.
Okay.
So I haven't been able to like look at everything and put it all in the
Those emails
spreadsheet
go
and
to
send
Brian
everything.
too? All these emails?
They're supposed to go both.
Okay.
However, the appointments that of the aforesaid individuals, Mr. Peterson, Chris Francie, Joseph McFadden, those are still.
Well, those are, yeah,
Okay.
There are people that are on
Okay.
current,
they're,
they
exactly.
current members.
Our
Okay.
meeting is currently.
Right, there's usually one calendar year, and the person that's on the whatever committee it is generally serves until they're replaced.
Okay, so what you're gonna look at is the other 2 slots.
Right.
Now, remember Frank resigned?
Yeah.
And then it was me and you?
Right.
So if you take out the mayor, you would have 1, because I don't think you can have any 3 of us at
Right.
a meeting.
I'd request to be left on that. I know Carolyn is involved in the budget, but I was in tune with the budget last year. I've worked and discussed with Pat Plaza. I just don't see why I'm being removed from that.
I actually tend to agree only in that I go to the borough trailer and talk to, Ty de Blasio and Ken Gonzalez, if not weekly, it's bi-weekly, so I know what's going on, but then between all the other committees, the other 3 committees
Do you want it or no?
and the other ones, I would rather not,
Okay. I thought you asked for it.
no.
Okay, good for it.
So are we not tabling this, or we tabling?
Well, I mean, we can put this on here for now, so that we're appointing Card and Peterson, Francie, and Joe.
And I don't know if Joe McFadden's interested, because I know he didn't. He didn't make
He didn't make meetings?
Table this.
So then we'll table it and go through it all.
I mean, I don't know if you wanna continue that.
so then when
If anything, set the liaisons as yourself and Doug. Over there.
Table this. Table.
Next on the agenda is introduction of ordinance 17-01, amending chapter 21-8 of the Borough Code concerning the definition of lot coverage. Specifically, changing the definition to read as such: the percentage of the plot or lot areas covered by impervious surface, inclusive of driveway areas containing asphalt and/or concrete surfaces, but exclusive of gravel areas as well as terraces and decks, in conformance with subsection 21-65.27 of the Borough Code.
I'll offer it.
This is taking out gravel.
This is removing gravel.
Dale can probably speak to it in detail.
So basically what this does is the ordinance was, the ordinance included all gravel areas as impervious. Now we have, since houses are being raised, a lot of people, shouldn't say a lot, a number of people downtown have took their entire yard and instead of having grass, they've had decorative stone, some sort of a gravel material. By the current ordinance, that's prohibited. So what this does, being a short community, as you know, as what others do, this allows them to do that without penalty. So that's what this does.
Okay.
Without having to send it to the board for variance.
This would also be sent to the land use board for their comment and recommendation. So we'll be setting a public hearing date on March 1st. To allow them the 35 days.
Okay.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Councilmember Brian,
Yes.
Councilmember Carr,
Yes.
Councilmember Diorigo,
Yes.
Councilmember Wells,
Yes.
and Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
Ordinance number 1 has been properly introduced and will have a public hearing and possible adoption on March 1st. Mayor, ordinance number 17-02 has been tabled from the agenda. This ordinance needs to be rewritten and will be represented at the next meeting.
And then Pat, in the middle, can you give us a little, information on what it is gonna be? Just because it wasn't on the table tonight, so.
Sure, so you want me to explain it now?
Just a little bit, so we're aware of what's coming.
Sure. Councilwoman Diorigo basically had obtained a grant from the County Open Space Fund for $150,000. The borough was in agreement to have a match using our open space funds for $150,000. That was the intent of this ordinance. It really wasn't written that way. So what we want to do is clean up the language, make sure it's presented the right way, using 150 their money, 150 our money, all open space, and that's what you're going to see next meeting.
Thank you.
That's a bonding of $150,000 by the town to match, just the matching grant.
Correct, but I would use the word.
So we're not bonding, the money's already been incurred.
That's right.
We have it. So we're not
I
bonding.
know the 136 is.
That's the one, half of it, that's why it's incorrect, that's why it's been tabled. Bond attorney did not write the ordinance properly.
And any public comments?
Carl.
Rose Apollo, 62 Bradley Point Road. On the bond for the $300,000, what is the balance? How much money is in the open space fund?
Well, it's approximately $175,000, give or take a few thousand there, but that's the balance in the account. Now, that will grow with the 2017 budget. We'll send some more money over to there.
So is there gonna be enough money to do
Yes,
the
I knew
electric?
where you were going.
Or are
You're
we just
fine.
having bathrooms in the park,
No, you're fine.
in the dark?
And I want to correct, there was a bad rumor put out about bathrooms going down in Veteran Park. I don't think, Claudia, correct me if I'm wrong,
Not in
that
that.
there was bathrooms not slated for Veterans Park.
Okay.
Someone on Shrewsbury Avenue is putting a nasty rumor out that bathrooms were going in certain areas down there.
Okay.
But I knew where your question was.
And where are the bathrooms going?
The first two bathrooms, well,
Some
we
are going
talked,
here.
one's going here on the deck. And the other one, there is going to be a bathroom in the
Eventually.
park, eventually, but not right now.
And just
We're looking at to put the second bathroom at Miller Beach. To do the bathrooms, we've been advised, and again, we have to have a project manager to actually oversee this, so there will be a project manager. But when I went to the League of Municipalities and I talked to all the bathroom people, everyone suggested doing two at once, and that's how our proposal for the grant was written, because we would save about $20,000 on the bathrooms. So definitely one here, 90% sure the second one will be at Miller.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I just have another question. I am not sure, how to ask or if I'm supposed to ask,
Just blurt it out now.
can I ask, there was an item on the executive agenda, Highlands Business Partnership. In our nearly 2 decades, I think we were on twice and we were pulled in both times. So I'm just wondering why we were on the agenda, and if it was budget related, I'm not sure what that's about, since we're gonna have a public hearing and our liaison with that on November meeting regarding the budget, and I guess there's been plenty of time to ask any questions about our budget to our liaison.
It does fall under attorney-client privilege. It was not related to the budget, and my understanding is it will be contacted, I believe, by the borough administrator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're not in trouble.
I know that, I have a big.
Somebody else on this side of the question? Carol?
I came prepared to ask a question,
but I don't think I can get an answer for it, because I see it was on the executive session agenda. I wanted to know if there was any progress on the acquisition of the property up on the church lot. And if there is any information that can be given to the public, it's all wanting to know.
I believe the mayor can discuss the intention to have the meeting, correct?
Well, yeah, well, what I was suggesting is that, well, I understand it is the church is looking to put some parking in there. And it has to be approved by the land use board, correct?
Correct.
Once that is approved, then the next step goes on for where the thrift shop is. And the town's intent maybe to purchase that piece of property for a borough hall. What I suggested was to have a public meeting on just that issue for the whole town, but have everybody, just as with a variance within the 200 feet, is it right, Nate? 200 feet of the property, notified by certified mail, so they'll know to attend. So before we get too deep into purchasing that piece of property, to see what kind of feedback you're going to get and see where people stand on that. Because what we don't want to have happen, what you had happen out here, okay, buy a piece of property and have everybody come out of their houses after it's already bought, the owner of the piece of property, that nobody, that we're in the quandary of whether we're going to build a borough hall, okay? Because I think we need more input from, and we're going to have professionals there to make explanations, to come up with financial kind of things, and have the public ask questions about it. I know a lot of people sitting here are affected by it. And
I thought you were gonna buy the whole thing.
that's the intent.
Whole thing.
But it's still
But
fixed to me.
there might be some people up there that don't really particularly care for that. And they have to have their say before it happens than after, in my opinion.
The only one affected basically is
Well, I could be affected, there's other people affected, all the people along Highland Avenue. You gotta remember, 200 feet, everybody across the highway, everybody up the hill, probably down to Shore Drive, because some people's property runs up. And so, everybody gets a say.
Okay, the other thing I wanted to ask about, since Jennifer, I believe, has sold her house, so I was wondering if any consideration could be given to the people
Oh,
on Highland
okay.
Avenue,
You're talking about the corner of 36 and Valley.
changing that back to its original.
It should be two-way. It was, the chief would have made that. But yeah, that would be helpful to the people in the community, I believe.
Right,
I'll stick
because
with
now
the
they're
chief with
using
that.
the church parking lot for the youth.
Sure.
So,
But that's what we want to do. We're looking sometime to the middle, end of February, maybe early March, to get our information together and then present it at a public meeting to the people around the thrift shop, so everybody can have their say. It's only fair.
In fairness to Rick, it's the first time we've actually had enough information to warrant a town hall meeting where we can really disclose. The diocese was not sure they wanted to sell the property, so we have more solidified situation
To be
now.
honest with Carol, I know much about it as you do.
Yeah, so to help him, it's gonna be a learning education for the whole community, to make sure we're all on the same page, the pros and cons, the benefits, the feeling of support that we would get for that. So a lot of those questions will be answered at that time, hopefully.
There's a lot of people that aren't gonna like it. I don't know, you know how that goes, Carol. I'm not being answered why I don't like it, I just don't like it,
I'm sorry.
That's how people are. Go ahead, Carol.
If suspense is killing me, can I ask another question? If I can't know the matter, can you tell me under the sunshine law, the open public meetings act, what number it falls under?
Oh, you're
Brian's
saying
gonna
you're
call you
not.
tomorrow.
Oh,
Brian's
you're
gonna
just-
call you tomorrow.
You're fine, it's a good thing.
Well, I
Relax.
think, I think in the reality, I can kind of get what she's getting at. If we put things on for executive, maybe there should be a little bit more of a subject to it. because here I'm the current liaison, I didn't know what it was about, you know what I mean? Let's just, you know, it's for the public's knowledge too, to know, Mr. Francie expressed those concerns to me, not knowing what it's about, so if there could be a little bit, you know.
All right. Everybody good, Mike? Chris?
I have two questions. About the town hall for the church, purchase of the church property. I would suggest Carolyn, at this point as the communications person, Seabright did an excellent job of selling their town hall referendum. They really did. They got out in front of it, they pushed it hard, but there was an awful lot of detail. I'm hopeful at your town hall meeting, you're gonna have detail in terms of not only purchase price, estimate of the building you wanna put in, payment contribution, all of that
That's
concept.
what we're talking about. That's why we need time to get that together.
Yes, you do, and, but then you also have to deal with, 171 Bay. What are we allowed to do if we move forward, what are we allowed to do with that, et cetera. All of that kind of ties in.
That's why we're gonna have to, as the mayor said, that's why we're gonna have to have all the principals in a room, have an open forum discussion, roundtable discussion.
Good.
Like,
I'm almost feeling bad for myself that I even brought it up.
No, I think it's great, because I was gonna bring it up. Because, I mean, Rebecca did touch on something that I feel is a problem. There are 10 items on the consent agenda, and there was nothing on other business. And at this point, I think the townspeople have.
There were 6 items on the executive session thing, and there was no agenda.
No, I understand that.
And I had no idea, understood, but even on the top.
Yeah, I mean, so we,
Captain's code, you know, it just said things.
I mean, as much as you may be in the dark, we're even more in the dark. I'm suggesting we put things in executive too much. That's my
You've been out here long enough to know that sometimes you gotta go that way. Chris.
Yeah, but personally.
Nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to come out here and say, you know what, sorry to make you guys sit out here for a half hour.
No, that isn't the, you have to,
Still.
be quite honest, I'm glad you took the time. Instead of rushing out at 8 o'clock and you got something done.
Oh, we gotta go back.
We still have to go back in and.
Good.
Right.
We're
Okay,
going
Barney,
home. I have one more question.
Okay.
Mr. Plaza, can you, give me an update on the sidewalk fund? At this point, we haven't talked about that in a long time. Not now, at this point, you'd have to pull it up.
Sure, will.
And send it to me email?
I can do that.
I appreciate it.
You got it.
Arnie Hugh, 50 Valley Street. I was out of town when they finalized the master plan. Did they finalize it or not finalize it?
it was finalized and,
December 2017.
yeah, December 27th.
So it has to come before the board now?
No. It goes right to the
No, it's
town.
done.
It's all done?
Okay, and what's on the website is up to date as far as information in general?
Yes,
I believe
no
so.
changes happened from what was presented, so that was the final.
Okay, so it's up there and it's fine. The other question I had, is there any reason, or do you know what's going on with the new lights on Bay Avenue? Only 2 of them were on when I drove here.
No idea.
Okay, could somebody check into it since it is?
You mean in the space that we just finished?
No, all the way from, there was only 2 by where the hardware store was. Everything east of there was not lit.
All the way down the bridge?
Yeah.
They were all lit.
It's Friday night.
No, I just,
We'll look at it.
I drove down here at 7:30, well, 10 of 8, and I noticed that
When I leave here tonight, I'll take a look.
You all will.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay,
Everybody good?
Okay.
Move to close.